I believe Trump was the last hope of a president who actually had ideas and actually cared. Putin said this. Have you seen the clip of Putin? Putin said this in an interview. They said, what do you think of Trump? And he said, I've been through 3 United States presidents. You can Google this yourself, gentlemen. He said, I've been through 3 U.S. presidents, and they all have amazing ideas. But the ideas don't get implemented because people don't understand how strong the bureaucracy of America is. When the people with the dark suits arrive and explain to him how things are really done, his ideas will not come to fruition. Putin said himself, the president has people above him telling him what to do.
All right, guys. So big tech censorship has struck once again. And this time it's not necessarily a political figure, but it is a figure that represents a type of energy that the left does not like from men. And they really don't like this type of energy from political figures. This is why they hated Trump so much, okay? Because Trump had a toxic masculine energy that the left just can't stand. In fact, listen to Trump back primary candidate for the governorship of Arizona, Kari Lake, explain the kind of energy I'm talking about here.
He's right up there right now, and his name is Governor Ron DeSantis. I don't know if he's looking down here, but he's up there in that room, and we appreciated him. All right, I'm going to tell you a little bit. I just got to spend time with him. Love the guy. Fantastic. He is gutsy. The guy has bigger... Okay. Wait, let me think about how I want to word this. My staff always says, whatever you do, do not so I'm not going to say it. That guy has a backbone made of steel. I'll tell you what he's got. I don't know if you heard of this, but he's got BDE. Anybody know what that means? Ask your kids about it later. I call it Big DeSantis energy. Right? He's got the same kind of BDE that President Trump has. And frankly, he has the same kind of BDE that we want all of our elected leaders to have.
So there you go. And the left hates that type of energy, okay? Which is why Andrew Tate is getting banned from Facebook and Instagram. Meta has banned him from all of their platforms. They're trying to Alex Jones him. He has now become the Alex Jones of the manosphere. And I'm going to explain to you guys who Andrew Tate is if you don't know who he is. But before I do that, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can do so using the links in the description below. You support the Patreon, you support PayPal, you support the merch. There are multiple ways to support the channel if you would like to do so, including getting yourself some of my new merch, my donkeypox shirts, the disease that's infecting America, or my hashtag no days off / hard work patriotic t-shirts. Both are available on my website, gforemanbcp.com. Get 20% off using discount code gforemanbcp. So yeah, if you guys don't know who Andrew Tate is, Andrew Tate is one of these manosphere / red pill dudes that is the natural consequence of when a country, a society doesn't have enough good male role models, right? They don't have enough good fathers, right? You know, some people, particularly people on the right, say that we have a lack of fathers in this country. I don't think we have a lack of fathers. In fact, we may have too many fathers because you have too many men that are having kids that should not be having kids. They're not good fathers. We have a good fathers problem. We have a lack of good fathers, and that's the problem. And you only can get people like Andrew Tate, who rose to fame essentially preying on the insecurities of young men who lack fathers, preying on the problems that young men are experiencing in modern society, especially when it comes to dealing with modern women. Andrew Tate is the natural consequence of when you ignore those things. And I said this before when talking about the Jack Murphy situation and him selling his little How to Be a Man program. Same thing that Andrew Tate is selling, how to be a man, how to get girls. The only person that can teach you how to be a man is your father, okay? Or a father-like figure, okay? A close family member, somebody that's been in your life for a long, long, long time, right? A older male role model. Again, preferably your father. Only your father can really teach you how to be a man. Okay, but again, there's a market for teaching young men how to be men because there's a lack of good fathers in this country. So, with that being said, there are takes from Andrew Tate that, you know, are extremely controversial and that get people riled up, like this one right here.
The reason 18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been I'll say this right here on the internet.
Yeah, so it's takes like that that are extremely controversial. That's definitely going to get a certain crowd of people very, very, very upset. And you know what also gets that certain crowd of people upset? Besides the hyper-masculine, misogynistic energy, is when you combine that with the wrong political ideology, which it seems that Andrew Tate also has.
I believe Trump was the last hope of a president who actually had ideas and actually cared. Putin said this. Have you seen the clip of Putin? Putin said this in an interview. They said, what do you think of Trump? And he said, I've been through 3 United States presidents. You can Google this yourself, gentlemen. He said, I've been through 3 U.S. presidents, and they all have amazing ideas. But the ideas don't get implemented because people don't understand how strong the bureaucracy of America is. When the people with the dark suits arrive and explain to him how things are really done, his ideas will not come to fruition. Putin said himself, the president has people above him telling him what to do. Putin knows it. Everyone knows it, right? Trump's the first guy who said, no, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And they just attacked him with their propaganda machine. A non-stop onslaught of attack to program and brainwash. It's all an attack on the freedom of individuals because the people in charge of the world now understand that they can no longer control us via propaganda and they have to remove our freedoms. And to remove our freedoms, there's only one thing you can remove. You can only remove freedom and replace it with one thing humans will accept. And that's safety. You won't be free anymore, but you'll be safe. I promise. Give me all your freedom. You don't need to own anything. Give it all to me.
Yeah, so Andrew Tate, again, has certain beliefs that upset the left a lot for a lot of reasons. Now, again, I'm not saying that conservatives necessarily agree with everything he says. I certainly don't agree with everything he says. But I'm just saying, you know, he has a political ideology that, again, is not necessarily something that the mainstream likes. And because this guy has gone viral, really from the help of men and others who have shared his message, not really him sharing it himself, just other people sharing it, they had to ban him. They had to make him Alex Jones. They're trying to make him Alex Jones of the manosphere, okay? As he's been deemed a genuine threat to young people, right? Again, this is some dangerous level of censorship here, and I think that it's going to backfire, right? And I'm going to tell you why it's going to backfire. The same reason it's backfired on people like Alex Jones, Steven Crowder. Every single time big tech tries to do this, the only thing they do is that they make the people that they're trying to ban bigger and more influential to the people that they influence the most, okay? So let's actually read this. Controversial influencer Andrew Tate has been banned from Facebook and Instagram for violating its policies around dangerous individuals, their parent company Meta has said. Mr. Tate's official accounts have been removed from the social media platforms and he will not be allowed to create new ones, Meta added. The kickboxer rose to fame in 2016 after appearing on a reality TV show Big Brother and being removed from the program after a video surfaced online which appeared to show him attacking a woman with a belt. Now, I have seen that footage and yeah, it's definitely not a good look, okay? It's not a good look at all. Since then, he has gained further notoriety online for his outrageous and offensive comments, including some in which he suggests women bear some responsibility for being assaulted. Before his Instagram account was removed, he racked up more than 4 million followers. The multi-millionaire also runs an online pyramid scheme called Hustlers University, which claims to teach people how to make money. Clips of and about Mr. Tate have also become popular on both YouTube and TikTok. Videos using a hashtag of his name have been viewed more than 13 billion times on TikTok alone. However, he does not have an official TikTok account, with a spokesperson for the platform saying misogyny is a hateful ideology that is not tolerated on TikTok. So yeah, what's going to happen here, guys? You're going to see more pressure on all these platforms to just ban Tate. And not just to ban Andrew Tate, but to just ban his content, right? Again, the same way they kind of do Alex Jones, right? Even if you are not Alex Jones and you're uploading content that has, you know, InfoWars stuff in it, there's a chance it might get taken down, right? Unless you provide the proper context and you use those clips sparingly. You can upload it, but you got to make sure you have a certain context behind it. AKA, you can't be supporting what the guy says, right? You can't support what he says, okay? Again, I think it's going to get that point when it comes to Andrew Tate. Let's hope this video doesn't get taken down simply because I'm reporting the news. We've been removing violent videos and accounts for weeks, and we welcome the news that other platforms are also taking action against this individual. Ding, 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 ding. Just like I said, quote, Tate poses a genuine threat. A number of campaigns have criticized Mr. Tate for his views and warned he was a danger to young men and boys who see his content online. Responding to news of his ban, women's safety charity Refuge said Meta had made the right decision. Quote, this is the kind of decisive action needed to tackle the online radicalization of young men towards a violently misogynistic worldview, the organization's chief executive, Ruth Davidson, said. You know what's funny about this? Is that there are just as many feminists, okay? There's just as many feminists on the left whom have these radical views about men that don't get banned at all. They don't get punished at all. Their views are not seen as harmful because, you know, women are supposed to be victims. They're supposed to be oppressed. So they can say whatever they want about men, regardless of whether or not it's worse than what Andrew Tate says, which I think we can find some stuff out there from these women that are absolutely worse than what Andrew Tate says. But hey, you know, because it's a woman, they can get away with it, right? It's no big deal. Also, notice the battles that the left chooses to fight here, right? They want to go after a dude for being a misogynist, right? But they don't want to go after teachers for radicalizing young kids in kindergarten with sexual and gender ideology, right? Potentially leading kids down a road to make permanent changes with their bodies, hormonally or physically, that they will later regret, okay? They don't want to combat that type of radicalization, okay? They want to combat the radicalization of kids. They want to combat the radicalization of young men, though, because we feel like that can be harmful to women. Again, look at the battles that the left picks and chooses to fight, okay? And that tells you what they're all about. Nobody talks about the radicalization of young women, which, you know, people like Cardi B stole their money or something like that. Yeah, apparently encouraging young girls to do this, to live that fast lifestyle, to commit these crimes against men, that doesn't result in a ban, right? That shouldn't be banned, okay? We gotta allow that. Andrew Tate, though, simply expressing his opinions, whether you agree with him or not, oh, well, he gotta be banned. He gotta be banned. Again, the double standard we see here again, guys, when it comes to certain groups of people not being held accountable, but there's other groups of people that have to be held accountable, right? Because they're seen as the oppressors. Campaign group Hope Not Hate described Mr. Tate as a, quote, threat to young men and welcome Meta's swift action. But the Center for Countering Digital Hate has said more needs to be done. Quote, Tate encourages his followers to post his videos using their own accounts and link back to his website, and said the organization's chief executive, Iran Abed. Accounts are still pumping out clips of Tate as part of his Hustle University pyramid scheme. YouTube is rife with videos doing this and have made Google up millions in ad revenue he added. Yep, see, this is where the censorship comes in. And YouTube, guys, I'm just saying, if y'all watch this video, this is for informational purposes only. I'm not promoting anybody. I'm not promoting any ideology. I'm reporting the news, okay? I'm reporting the news, right? Don't give in to these people, right? Please don't. You give in almost every time. Don't give in to this. But who knows? I don't have much faith. Quote, Meta should now go further and ensure that other people posting videos containing Mr. Tate are sanctioned for breaching their community standards on hate and ban the post of links to his website, which contains material designed to radicalize young men. Mr. Tate has not responded publicly to the bans and has been approached for comment by Sky News. All right, so here's the thing. Just like Alex Jones, this is not going to work. Well, why is that? Because this is going to basically make his most hardcore followers believe in him even more, because they're going to see that the establishment, that big tech is attacking him and censoring him, which is going to lead to him gaining more popularity. People are going to find his content, find the things he's saying. They're going to find his message to be a more authentic because it's been rejected by the establishment. It happens every single time big tech does this. They claim that they're trying to stop hate, but yet all they're really doing by censoring is driving more attention to the person they claim they're trying to ban and making their followers support them even more, right? That's what's happening. You're actually emboldening and enriching the individual that you claim that you're trying to stop, when all you had to do is do nothing and Andrew Tate would have eventually faded out, right? He would have been a fad and he would have went away, okay? But no. Every single time big tech has to censor speech that they don't like because some triggered leftist or leftist organizations want to cry and whine about it and cry, hate speech, this is harmful, this is radicalizing young men. While at the same time, they have nothing to say about all the radicalized young women out there, right? That basically hate men. They have nothing to say about this. But again, Andrew Tate is what happens when you ignore the problems that young men are facing in a modern society. And banning Andrew Tate is not going to fix the problem. If you continue to ignore the problem, you're only going to create more people like Andrew Tate. That's it. More people are going to come. They're going to step up. They're going to say even more radical and extreme things. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.